Hi everybody, so I am back with my new Dyson dc33. This is a Walmart exclusive model, and I have a feeling that a lot of people, vacuum like collectors or whatever, or even people just looking into purchasing a new vacuum cleaner, are really tempted. They know the Dyson name, they know what Dyson means, they've heard all about them and everything, and they see the price point on this, which was $199 when I picked it up, and I was on rollback twice. Its original rollback was like 249, 239, something like that. So it's actually a pretty good deal. And I'm going to just go over a quick review of this machine and let you know what I think. I've used it twice so far. I do have an unboxing and I may end up posting it, but because my parents were coming home and then during the movie, or not during the movie, during the video, they were coming home to the door and everything, I just ended up deciding to pretty much half hootie, half ass, I guess I'm just going to say it, the video, so I'm remaking it. I may post unboxing, I may not. I mean, I don't really see what people's big kicks are about unboxing a machine. I would like to see a old machine that's new in the box, stuck in like storage or something like that. But anyway, so this machine is the only Dyson that you can get that is the non-ball model for an upright. The machine itself is decently made. It's not the greatest quality, but it's not terrible by any means. The one thing that I've noticed about it, it's very easy to put together. All you have to do is attach the hose into the bottom of the machine, attach the handle to the wand, I guess, to the hose, and then you just attach the handle to the main part of the machine, which is just this button right here. So all you have to do is undo your cord hook, obviously, and pretty much exactly how you can use the machine's hose in every sort of way is the same way that this thing comes in the box. You just kind of have to put it together. So you can honestly take it apart very easily if you need it to be taken apart, I guess. Your cleaning bin is differently designed from the newer Dysons. Even though this is a newer model, they just released this blue version. If you've never seen the yellow, it's the same machine, but they just decided to go blue. You have your HEPA filter here. It's washable. It's not able to be opened or anything like that. This just sets in there. Ooh. And it snaps on like so. You have another pre-motor filter right here. There's just a little tab that you press and it comes out pretty simply, I guess. Hopefully. There we go. So you gotta wait for that to lock on. And then there's also a clean out port right here. This is one of the very few areas of the machine where I feel like they really poorly built it. This is lets air escape if it's it's really loose. When the vacuum cleaner turns on, the suction's pretty strong and it seals it. But to me, that's a problem area, is this right here. The way that it's designed, like this is a big gasket in a way, but it just lets a lot of air through it very easily. I mean, that doesn't even seat on there very well, but I mean, it works. The suction's very strong, so it's not like it's leaking that bad, if at all, but it is loose when the machine's not on. The Cyclone System on the newer Dysons, there's a little tab that you flip up in the front, and there's this big filter in here that goes the full length of the bin. All the air comes down and through that, and then it's sucked in the top of the motor here. Well, not in this case. All the dirt comes in, it separates through the cyclones, and it comes straight out through the back of the top here and down in through the motor port, and then it's blown out this filter. So it's kind of a different process. It's not the root radial cyclone technology. This is just the root cyclone technology. The radial is the Dyson dc33, and then they came out with the kinetic. And this here, it doesn't attach, it doesn't seat well, which is okay because it's not like the suction's being pulled through the bottom. It's being pulled in through here and sucked through the motor on the other side. So it's not like it has to sit nicely, but that's just a caution for you guys. And the reason why these machines look like they groom well, but they actually don't do all that hot, is because these are stiff little edge cleaner bristles down here. This is spring loaded too, so it lifts up, and when you set the machine down, for some reason it just oddly sits sometimes. It doesn't sit on the carpet. It almost looks like it's going to tip backwards, especially when the cord is on it. Because you can see, when you set the machine down, it kind of, this is all spring-loaded down here. This is a pivoting head. And your brush roll on this machine is very similar to the DC07 in the early Dyson models. You can see I have used it a few times, but it's just this thin, like ribbon-style brush roll. It's not even much of a brush roll at all. It's just like a bent piece of plastic, almost like somebody took a ruler and they made a spiral and put some bristles on it. So it uses a clutch system to drive the belt. It's not electronic, so you do have the standard Dyson activate, deactivate, or this is activate, this is deactivate, and it is kind of finicky. You can tell that it has tension on it because it acts funny. But I like the hose design of these machines better, because on the Dyson dc33, you pull this just little up out and then the whole thing comes out, but the handle stays attached. To be able to detach the wands, you actually take the whole handle off the machine. And to me, this is a lot easier. And then the wand comes out. On the 65, they got rid of this design, so just this back portion came out. The handle was still attached. The handle did not detach from the upright. I will think about making a video of a comparison between the 65 and the 33. I can't make any guarantees. I can give you my God's honest opinion without doing like a head-to-head. Quite honestly, save yourself the money and buy this machine, I would say. Save yourself twice the amount of money. You can get it 50% less for this model. It has a longer hose. The hose is less finicky and it's stiffer, so when you pull it out, it doesn't recoil as easily. You get the same amount of attachments. This bin actually, I feel, holds a little bit more dirt. The filtration is a little better. The only thing is you have a clutch system instead of a motor drive, so it's not as good of agitation, but to me it looks the same. The carpet is groomed the same way. The carpet doesn't look bad at all. This is actually a new carpet in this room. Oops. I'm going to pause the video, plug it in so I can do a quick demo. So anyway, how you recline the machine is you just put your foot on one of these little indentations and the whole machine reclines back. And I really liked the design of the early model Dysons. I liked how they reclined. I like how the machine looked. Kind of like a, I don't know, it's kind of gross, but it kind of like, the thing that pops in my mind is foot binding in China. Not that I'm for it or anything, or I think it's cool, but I like the way that this machine reclines. But to me, it kind of looks like a foot bound, like Chinese woman's foot that gets broken or bound or whatever, so they can't run away, like in the, whatever, early years of China. I don't know, ancient times, they did foot binding or something, but to me, that's what it looks like. That's just my opinion. But I like how this reclines. But the only problem is it doesn't go under anything for crap. Can't really even get under kitchen cabinets. But of course, being a Dyson, even though there may be some complaints, not as many as you'd think. So it does leave some groom marks, but the brush isn't even going, but that's because of those edge groomers. They kind of automatically leave these random lines in the carpet, so it kind of looks like it's doing a good job, but it's really not. But we will do a demonstration. The dirt bin is completely empty. And I'm probably going to be returning this machine, not because it does a poor job, but just because I feel like I have other machines that can do just as good of a job, maybe better, and I'll get a $200 and some back that I just have sitting because I have a decent vacuum in this. You know, I have other vacuums that perform better. I really only personally feel I have room for good performing machines. And yeah, you can think, well, if you buy one vacuum and you buy another one and they're pretty much identical but different brands, but they do the same thing, but one does a little bit better after you've already had one that you thought was the best at the time, then what do you do? That's why I don't usually buy like similar machines. I usually buy something that's not like what I have. That way I don't run into those problems, and I'll keep it just because of the sheer fact that it's not quite the same thing. So the machine, the brush roll runs kind of rough because it's a clutch system and it's not like the most refined. It didn't do a terrible job grooming the carpet, and it does suck down to the carpet quite well, but these edge groomers tend to collect a lot of fuzz and dust and stuff on them. And you can see, it doesn't look like we picked up a whole lot, but a majority of the dirt gets stuck under there. And I'll even pop that open, and you can see it. It all just kind of collects up in there, up in this outer rim. So if you're somebody who has animals, even if you were to purchase a Dyson in this design, I believe it's probably not even all the dirt popped out of there, unless it all fell down from popping that bin back on. But I mean, it didn't do a terrible job, and it picked up like weird Odie looking things. I don't know what the frig those are. This carpet's only been down for 2 days. But if you're looking for a decent vacuum cleaner, this isn't a bad choice, especially for the price, because you're not paying a fortune for this machine. You're actually paying about average price for a vacuum cleaner anymore. So definitely don't pass it up. Plus you get a 90-day return. You can only buy this from Walmart, and they give you 90 days to return an appliance like this. So give it a shot. I mean, you really got nothing to lose. And, definitely take a look at it and consider it. Put it through the paces that you need it. But just keep in mind the hair tangles up on these odd brush rolls a lot easier than the others do. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, I'm sure there will be probably quite a few questions on this video because it's a Dyson and it's one of the least expensive, and people always rush for name brand, low price. And they'll come here and see the video and whatever else. I'm sorry that my videos tend to be long and lengthy and chatty, but that's because I do this for fun. I don't review vacuum cleaners because I'm paid to do it or anything like that. I like vacuums, so I tend to talk about them, and then you get some people who make a comment, like on my one video, "Why do you talk so much? Just get to using the machine. Cut down on the talking," or whatever. Well, you know what? If you watch a lot of these people who like vacuum cleaners, they tend to talk a lot, and only a portion of the video is actually using the machine, which may seem stupid, but it's like people who drive cars, and they like cars. They take them to car shows. How often do they drive them, It's also about the story behind it and their personal opinions and reviews, and then they do a quick show. Like, how much can you show about a vacuum? But anyhow, I gotta cut the video short. Thank you for watching. Ask questions if you need.